Hey there, Rustydrift RC here. Today I'm going to be putting a Traxxas TRX4 Blazer bumper onto my Vaterra K5 Ascender. I wanted a bumper that looked a little nicer than the stock bumper here, and I also like the idea that that this one has the hitch receiver built into it. And it's going to only take a little bit of modification to make this thing work here. First thing I'm doing here is take the body off, put that aside, and I've got to remove the stock bumper and leave the stock mounts. Just take the two screws out that hold the bumper on. I've already got the spacers taken off, and I'm saving the original spacers. I'm going to end up using those on the new bumper. And same with these screws. And this bumper can go in the bin. Now the Traxxas bumper, it would be neat if I could use the Traxxas mount and just bolt it right up, but the Traxxas mount, the cross member is too wide for this frame. It doesn't fit in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just mount it directly to the Vaterra mounts here. First thing I got to do is take the bumper apart and do some modification here, because I didn't want to just drill two holes through the bumper here and bolt it right up, which I could have, but I didn't want to have those screws exposed. So basically, you've got two screws holding this bumper support on, and that comes right off here. Basically, then what I did, I went ahead and measured my spacing and marked and drilled two holes in here. And now some of this support structure here, had to remove a little bit of that. You can sand it off or use a knife and cut it off. Either way, just get that off out of the way so that this will mount flush on your bumper there. I'm going to use the original screws from the Ascender. And then the bumper and also my spacers. I may have to adjust it with a couple different spacers to get it to line up with the body, but this is a good starting point. All right, and go ahead and get that mounted up there and tightened up real good. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put the bumper on. I'll just slip this back onto the mount here. Okay, get that snapped in place there. And these screws mount from the back side, so this may be a little bit tricky getting that mounted. Just getting a driver in there, you're going to need something stubby, or you might even have to resort to the L-shaped wrenches that everybody hates, because you're going to have a hard time getting your actual drivers in there. But once you get that on and tightened up, I'm going to put the body on. And see how this lines up here. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Now, I'm going to end up probably taking some spacers out, because right now, as of right now, it's sitting a little too far from the body. But otherwise, it doesn't look too bad. I might trim the body a little bit here in the corners, and I'm going to take some of the spacers out and get rid of that gap. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Alright, now I've got proper spacing on it, and I've got the body trimmed a little bit to line up, to match it. Now the only issue I have here is that this bumper is a little narrow for the Vaterra body, so it doesn't quite stretch all the way to the corners. but that means you're not going to catch and hang up on the trail with that either. So it's not terrible.